我向大家介绍一下八卦内功。
Energy Bagua.
八卦内功呢
It's a
是一个
very
很奇
special
特的
method
健
that
身的功
boosts
夫，它
health.
就很类似于
You may have
中
heard
国有一种
of
武功叫八
八
卦
卦
掌，
掌。
或者叫做游身八卦掌，一直转圈呐，
八卦
这个
掌
动作
is a martial
柔和，
art
像一条
that requires
这个
constant
旋转
circling.
腾飞的
It's
龙
powerful yet very subtle,
就是
like a
很美
flying dragon.
挺适
It
合
is
于
a
这个
martial
武
art that
功舞
looks
蹈，
like a dance.
有很好的
It
防身的作用
teaches。self-defense and
攻击的
methods
作用。
of attack.
但是呢，
But
八卦内功不同的
Energy
是，
Bagua
它是
is
修
practiced
身
for the purpose
养
of
命的
regaining
一
health.
种方法，一种道术。那
It
这个
is
方
a
法
form
呢，
of
就是
Taoist
不需要
art.
额外的做
You
什么
don't
其他的
have
饮
to
食的需
change
求，
your dietary habits to
更
practice.
没有什么宗
It
教
is
啊
not
等等的什么的
religious.
约束，它就是
Anyone
走
can
圈
practice. It just
走一
requires
个圆圈。
walking in a
就
circle.
是如果围着一棵树
It
走
is
圈是
best
最好，
to walk
这样
around a
人和树
tree,
之间形成一
connect
种
and
对应
exchange
一
energy
种
with the tree
能量的交
as you
换
circle it.
通过树将自己开始融入自
Starting
然，
with the tree,
与
you
土
slowly
地，
become
与这个
one
周围的
with
环
nature,
境
earth,
融
and
为一体。
everything around
我
you.
觉得呢，我们
For
这个
me,
自然的环境，
All
地理
nature's
土地
creations,
山
such
川
as the earth,
河流
mountains, and rivers,
它都是这个
contain
自然界的最美
great
的能量。
energy.
不同的物质，它
Different
有不同的
forms
能
of
量的
matter
含义。
release different kinds of
所以当我
energy.
们围着这
When
个
you
树在
circle
走
a
圈的时
tree,
候，我们的生命的
your
能量
life
就
energy
和这个世界
connects
开始融合。
and merges
这
with
个
the
世界
world.
呢，通过我们这个走
Nature
圈和真
senses
诚相待
your
的时候呢，
sincerity
就自动地来
and
调
helps
整我们的
adjust
生
your
命的
bodily
平衡。
needs.
比如说
For
火大了，
example,
就给你泻火
dispersing
了；
your internal body
气不
heat
足了，给
or
你补充元气。
replenishing vital
因
energy.
为很多的疾病，
I have
就在我
observed
观
that
察，
most
其实都是
illnesses
能
are
量。
due to a lack of vital
华人所
energy,
说的那个
as the
气不足。
Chinese call it, lack
英
of
文里可能就
qi.
是缺少
In
power。
English, it might be called lacking
所以
power.
很多的这个
By
缺少能量
practicing
的这种
Energy
原因的疾
Bagua,
病呢，就通过这
these
种做八卦
illnesses
就能
can
够
be
快速地
treated.
将这个能量聚集起来。
Energy
还有
Bagua
呢，它
helps
还
to
在帮我们平
accumulate
衡。
and balance
比
your
如说你的
energy.
阴性能量
If
太重，
your body
走走八
contains
卦
too
呢，
much
这
yin
个
energy,
上苍
try
和大地
practicing
对
Energy
我们的
Bagua.
爱护哈。
Nature
通过我们这样
will show
正
its
转
love
圈
for you.
反转圈的这
The
种平
clockwise
衡的
and
修炼方
counterclockwise
法，
circling
就使我
will
们这个生命
balance
中不
your
平衡的
vital
能量
energy.
就开始平衡，
What
没有的
you
开始得
lack
到补充，
will be
过剩的
replenished.
让它
The
去适
excess
当的
will
减
be
少，
eliminated.
来让我们生命呢达到最好的阴阳平
Yin and Yang will balance your health.
衡、内外平衡，还有上下平衡。我说的这些平衡的概念，
Basic
其实如
medical
果有一点医学
knowledge
常识的你，
will help
你就
you
开始明白
understand the concept of
比如
balance.
说我们这个半身不遂，
If
就是左
you're
右不平
paralyzed, that
一
is
站
an
起来头晕
example
就
of
上下不平衡。
imbalance. Even
对，
dizziness
所以
is
这
a
个
type
平
of
衡
imbalance.
不平衡的概
Knowing the
念
forms
就
of
能够
imbalance
察觉出
helps
我
you
们的健康
detect
的状
your
况。
health issues.
所以通过这个走圈的这种
These
修炼的方
issues
法，
can be
又简单又
corrected
容易，
through
但是
Energy
真的
Bagua.
很神奇。就是
It
我自
is
己就是一个受益者。
Simple
小时
and
候我
easy
是
to
非
practice.
常的
It
体
is
弱
a
多病。
miraculous method.
当遇到人
I
组
have
时
benefited
给我
from
教授
it.
八卦内
I
功之
was
后
seriously
就是我
ill
很
when I
快
was
身体
young.
变得
I
健
was
康。
taught this method by Grandmaster
告诉
Jin.
大家一个经
My
验，
health
这
improved
个健
vastly
康就是通过走八
improved
卦内
vastly
功
after
得到
practicing
健
Energy
康的时
Bagua. That
间
was my
是
experience.
从100 天
Your health
开
will
始算
only
起。
improve after
如
practicing
果
for
少于
100
100天，
days.
你也别练，
If you think that
也
is
不会有
too
明显的
long,
效果。
then don't waste your
一定要
time.
多过于
You
100
need to
天，
practice
每
for
天
more
至少
than
1个小
100
时
days.
就得够
Just
了。
an hour a day
也
is
有人
enough.
说我是现代人，我很忙
Busyness
啊。
is not an
对，
excuse.
那你是现代人，你也需要
Being
长寿
busy shouldn't be
是
an
你想
excuse to
活得
ignore
更
your
长寿、更
longevity
健
and
康，
health.
每天花
You
一点
should
时间
spend some time
让自
for the
己
sake
能够健
of your
身、
health
健
and
康、
happiness.
快乐，或者舞蹈、唱歌、交友，
You need
这都
hobbies
是
and
与
friends.
我们的生
All
活的品
these
质
will
息
improve
息
your
相关。
quality of
所以
life.
不能去死命的
You
工作，
can't work
或
too
者
much
是比
or
较
be
懒
too
惰的生
lazy.
活，
You need to incorporate some exercise in your daily life. Try meditation, calligraphy, read some books, or make some friends. Now, this is a healthy lifestyle. I also recommend practicing Energy Bagua. It is so easy that everyone can learn it. You don't need a large space to practice. If you're practicing in bedroom, move the bed out of the way. I recommend practicing outdoors throughout the year. If you can withstand the change of seasonal temperatures, your health will improve tremendously. If you don't get sick during a year of practice, your lifespan will increase by about 12 years. I strongly recommend Energy Bagua for quickly gaining health, longevity, and joy. It's easy to learn and has no side effects, only benefits. Cities are overdeveloped. There aren't many places to practice. You can practice in the morning or at night in the park. You can also practice in your backyard or living room. It only takes a while. Practice for 100 days or even a year. Rate your health condition at the end. You be the judge as to whether I'm lying or not. Come practice Energy Bagua. I'll be waiting. The story of the first Energy Bagua disciple. When I was 14, I had a good-natured friend. One day, he told me his father had just had a gastrectomy. His cancer was advanced. The surgery had removed most of his stomach. Only a small part was left. The son admitted no one could help. The doctor told him to treat his dad well. He didn't have much time left. His dad was expected to die in 2 months. I felt sorry for my friend. I wondered why he had brought his dad to see me. The doctor said no one could cure the cancer. The cancer was expected to spread and cause death. He asked me to teach his dad Energy Bagua. I wasn't sure if it would cure the illness. The poor son begged me. Okay, I'll teach him some easy moves. I'd learned 8 moves. The old man couldn't even do one. His poses were terrible. I corrected him until he was fed up. He asked me to be lenient since he was a novice and a patient. Since he was so sick, I stopped correcting him as long as he could walk. Every 5 minutes, he had to sit and rest. He was covered with sweat. After a month, he could practice continuously for 15 minutes. He was persistent. He continued after every break. I left the place a month later to continue my cultivation elsewhere. Let's fast forward the story by 10 years. One day, 10 years later, I returned to the city. I was walking down the street when I heard someone calling, "Master!" I saw a swordsman, a tough man. This guy rode up to me, braked, and jumped off the bike. Master, remember me? To make sure, I asked, are you talking to me? Yes, remember me? I have no disciple like you. He knew I didn't recognize him. So he told me about his son and learning Energy Bagua from me. I was surprised. You haven't died yet? Why would you think that? Well, of course I thought that. He was so sick and looked terrible 10 years earlier. How could he get so much better? Turns out he practiced Energy Bagua daily ever since retiring due to illness. He had a full black beard, and his eyes and whole body radiated energy. He looked very strong. He told me what had happened. After I left him, he practiced Energy Bagua 2 hours a day. It was exhausting, but over time, he increased to 3 hours a day, and finally, 4 hours a day. He felt death was imminent. All he could do was practice Energy Bagua to save his life. Later, he felt bored practicing alone, so he hung up a sign and wore a tank top which had free Energy Bagua lessons printed on the front and back. In the end, he had many students. He took me to see them. There were a couple dozen, or maximum 100. He said he had been even taught 300 students. The students occupied half the park. Many martial artists have switched to practicing Energy Bagua. Hello, my dear friends. You have just watched a brief introduction about Energy Bagua. In today's world, there are so many undiagnosable diseases, even though science is much well developed, and science and technology helped our health dramatically. But human beings are a very complicated being. Why complicated? I'm not going to mention that, but you know how complicated it is. Sometimes we know this is a disease, but have no way to cure it. The last few weeks we mentioned about some of the diseases, and you have already heard about those, and you can Google them online. Luckily, in my childhood, I learned Kung Fu. And through many practices and experiences in many countries, there are lots of people who benefited. As long as you practice correctly, and if you can keep practicing 1 hour a day, then it is possible for you to recover. Well, I said maybe or possible because there's nothing absolute, like no guarantee. Does it mean like everybody will guarantee to get healthy? Not necessarily, but most people will. So based on all of your needs, especially because the pandemic is still on. Is this already the 3rd year now? Yeah. There are many countries get ready to open just like that, because a lot of people, you know, their income and even the income for the country, and it's all affected by lockdown or cannot go out, and so some countries even will stop the restriction for or the wearing mask or something. As long as you're not sick, you can come to work or go to school. And some government offices, before you go to work, you will have to do a test. And so if you are negative, you're healthy, then you can come to work today. If today you test you're positive, then you go home. So in such circumstances, it's a competition, a contest of our immune system. So to teach everyone this would be much more meaningful. I hope everybody will be healthy. If you have illnesses, I hope you will recover. If you have very few illnesses or don't have any illnesses, then we can at least prevent the illnesses. I'm sure that for these respiratory diseases, this practice will be very effective in preventing them. And so the following teachings, today I'm going to teach, and after 5 minutes, then you can start to practice. But this is very basic. After a few classes, I believe everyone will be able to learn it well. So no worries. There are some people are very stubborn, and they say, no, I don't have any disease. So maybe you can fill a form. You don't need to hand in the form. You can just compare some numbers yourself. So how do we do that? Okay, so Joy said, let me introduce how we can record some of the data. So before we learn and practice Energy Bagua, we recommend you to record the current health condition of yourself and keep some of the records, so that after you practice for a period of time, then you can compare. So first, your height. If you have any, if you are hunchbacked or you have scoliosis, then maybe after practicing Energy Bagua, your height may have may be different. And also some middle-aged senior people, they have osteoporosis and their height is lowered. And maybe after practicing Energy Bagua, maybe their height will go back to the level when they were young. So that also means the density of the bones are back to normal. And also to record our weight. And if you want to lose weight, this is definitely an important data number that you need to record. And also, I would suggest everyone to take a full body picture from the front and the side. So after walking a period of Energy Bagua, I believe everyone will be more fit. And fourth is your complexion. So you can use a cell phone to take a clear picture of your face under bright light. So after walking Energy Bagua, you can compare the complexion. Fifth is your eyesight, your vision. If you have the vision, that graph, then it's the best. But if not, that's okay. So now when you read books or look far, what do you feel? You can make a record. And there are also other diseases, including like presbyopia, and also cataract and floaters and red eyes and nearsightedness and also glaucoma. Also, please record your sleeping quality. if you have insomnia, you have a lot of dreams, or if you have to get up many times at night, you can record how many times so you can compare. And 7 is a lot of people actually are afraid of coldness. And so if you're cold, then you can record how many clothes you wear, and when you're sleeping, how many blankets, how many layers would you need, and do you have hand or feet coldness, or the lower abdomen coldness. And then after that, you can compare. 8th is the pain. It could be the pain any possible part in any part of the body. It could be headache, the shoulder pain, or leg pain, or lower back pain, or feet pain, or stomach ache, and you can record all these pain. 9th is the bones. There could be a lot of bone issues, maybe the neck and pelvic bone or knees. Maybe they're painful or cannot move freely. And elbow, like the tennis elbow, and also maybe peritendinitis and fasciitis, or the frozen shoulder, or so all of those, then you can maybe record them. And also, your sensory organs, including, ringing ears, or deaf Meniere's, or maybe rhinitis, or maybe allergies, and then you can record them. And also gynecology. So if you have myoma of the uterus, or mammary gland fibroids, or infertility, or menstrual period problems, or you have dysmenorrhea or something. Or the 12th is about the immune system. So if you have lupus, if you have arthritis, then you can record them. And the blood system, if you have different kind of blood disease like sepsis or leukemia, or you can record them. And also your nervous system. So if you have neurasthenia, or you have Parkinson's disease, or you have Alzheimer's disease, or you lost memory or something, memory loss, then you can record these. So also mental system. So if you have depression, or if you have paranoia, or if you have hyperactivity, or very timid, you can record them. If you have next 16th, maybe any other health issues. If you already know any of your health conditions, then you can record them. Say, for example, high blood pressure, you can record what your blood pressure right now is. What about your cholesterol? If you have diabetes, then record your blood sugar level right now. If you have stroke, and also gout, and your Tylenol, or if your kidney or liver or heart disease, and the gastric acid or stomach disease, or skin disease, or respiratory system disease, or any external injury. If you have any injury, you can also record them. If you have cancer, which stage it is, and 17th, we can also record our mobility. So, say for example, right now, how long can we walk one time? Can we walk half an hour or 1 hour? And also, let's try to do see if we can bend over, if we can squat and stand up, can we jump? And also test our balance ability. So if there's a straight line, can we walk on a straight line and keep balanced of the body? All right. We have already mentioned so many health records. Maybe, not all of them will fit your situation, but just record whatever that relates to you so that you can compare after you practice Energy Bagua. So Grandmaster and our online friends, in order for everybody to record that more conveniently, I'll provide a link for you to download. It would be in the Bodhi Meditation College website. If you go to the class, and you can see this is the mysterious Energy Bagua. And so you can record your health condition, or you can download it. You can either enter these numbers online and save it, or you can download it and print out and record all of these health conditions. Okay, thank you, Grandmaster. All right, we mentioned so many health issues. When people are over maybe 40 years old or 50 years old, you might have one or two or even more of these issues. So if you have a few of them, then you can take some time to record your health condition right now. And here we would also maybe do a little test. Say, for example, can you bend down? And when you bend down, can you reach your toes? Okay, so let's ask our models to try. Oh, wonderful. They're very young. And they're very good at sports, so they're able to touch their toes. Oh, you're already a certain age. Let's see if you can squat. And then stand up. Wow, it's very easy for them. It probably means that they are very healthy. Actually, I heard some crack, 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 which is normal. Not everybody can do that. Some of our online friends, it would be very hard for them to squat down and even harder to stand up. If you're over 55, especially ladies, if you stand up very difficult, it could be. And if you're over 60, it could be even harder. And if you don't, especially if you don't exercise frequently. Can you jump? Yeah, just jump freely. What is that? Be careful. Oh, what's that sound? Okay, I'll have to air refresher. Some of our online friends cannot jump. And some, when they're jumping, there's some part of their body feels uncomfortable. For young people, jumping is something that they like the best. Maybe they don't want to walk and they'd like to jump along the way because they're young. And there's another test. You can also give it a try. So I draw a straight line on the floor. You can maybe stretch out your arms, or you can put your arms down and see if you can walk the straight line. See if you can walk a straight line. Pretty good. Wonderful. Come over. Good. Very stable. You're not like 80 years old. Good. Well, he has to look at it. If he doesn't look at the line, maybe he cannot. Yeah, come over. So they can do this because they're young. Some of our online friends, they cannot walk a straight line. Okay, Joyce. Yes, Grandmaster. Yes, our online friends, they are also do the test themselves at home. Some say they cannot bend down, and even they cannot even touch their knees, so they are worried. So maybe they cannot bend down, they cannot squat down, and if they can squat down, they cannot stand up again, and they cannot jump. Yeah, there's another online friend said when he jumps, it's okay to have some sound. Some people when they jump, they will leak some urine. Yeah, I've heard for some seniors that could happen. So you don't need to hand in that form to me, but you'd better record your health condition right now. So it looks like the same, but different people, they have their illnesses are caused by different reasons. Some because of high blood pressure, some because of their inner ear problem, or maybe they didn't sleep well, or so there are many different reasons that can cause this problem. So I cannot just tell you why, but this symptom, just record it. And then after 100 days, compare at that time. So now a lot of people of our online friends recorded that they either cannot walk straight or they have to look at the line. So these simple tests actually is more concerned about seniors. Some people, they can, some seniors can do this very easily if you just follow everything that we teach here. Yeah. There's another simple thing to do, like for ladies, you have to comb your hair, right? But some ladies, they cannot comb their own hair. Well, for you, young girl, yes, you can comb anybody's hair. But some people, when they're getting old, they cannot cook, they cannot touch cold water, they cannot touch metals. There are 100 kinds of food they cannot eat. So after walking Energy Bagua, all of these symptoms can get improved, and those unhealthy issues can be improved. All right, so now let's start to teach the Energy Bagua practice. So bring me the tree. So first, I will roughly show you the general. Yeah. Is it just is it very simple? Yes, it's just super simple. Just one posture or one movement. Okay, I'm going to walk now. And you can turn your body and walk in the other direction. So it's just like that. Very simple. You got it? I'm sure you're nodding your head, of course. Joy said, no. We still need you to teach. Well, how did you put your hands and arms and feet and, Okay. So for our hands, there's an alignment. So there are some principles or rules. So which 3 dots or 3 things? Our eyes and our top of our finger, and also the tree. We used just the stick because with the tree it probably won't be the best for demonstrate. So my eyes and the tip of my finger and the tree, all 3 are in one line. They're aligned. So okay, please come, our 3 models. So Xiao Huang, you can stand here. Please reach out your right arm. So the tip of our finger should be at the height of our eyes. And when we're walking, our eyes and the tip of our finger and the tree is in one line. Also, open your hands wide, especially, in between the thumb and the index finger. We call it hukou. Open wide. Oh, yes, you use a lot of force. You can relax. Okay, open wide. And also, your palm should be like, in, you can put your arms down. We actually have a tire. It's a plastic tire. So when our hands put out, our palm should have an arc like a tire. And the tire should be upright. So my index finger should be upright. So please come over. So index finger is upright. And your hukou should open wide. And also your arm, you did very well. You're doing very well. You can do like this or like that. Those are wrong. So my master taught me that the arm needs to have an arc too. So now I've already talked about the upper arm. Now let's talk about the lower arm. It is in front of the lower abdomen and the wrist. So the wrist is about just in front of the belly button. If your belly is sticking out, can you put your hands on the belly? No. So there should be a distance in between your hands and your body, about 1 to 10 centimeters. And the lower hand also needs to be open wide. So the upper palm facing the tree and the lower palm face the ground, like that. So this hukou is an arc, and the palm is an arc, the arm is an arc, and the lower arm has also an arc. So now keep this posture and walk. Your eyes, your hand, and the tree. Very good. You just started and you can already do it. You've already seen those? Okay, you can follow this sister to do it.
模仿能力不错哈。
You're very good at copying.
很好。现在手可以
Very
放下一
good.
下哈。
Now
不
you
离
can
开
put your arms
你
down.
看手有点累，是不是？来
You
到
feel
前
your
面
arms pretty
到前面
tired?
你刚才举的手有点发紧，有点发累。
Yeah, just now because
对
you're
对
very
对
tight,
所以第
so
一
you
次
feel
做的动
tiring.
作已经很标准。
Well,
但是
this is
这
the
个动作呢
first
它
time.
确
It's
实有个
already very
熟练的
standard.
过程
But
所以一
it
开始这样举着之后
needs
就觉得
time
腿
for
是
you
快
to
抽筋
get
了。
used to it.
有
If
这个
the
感觉
first
吗？哈
time you want to
对
open wide,
对
you
对，就
almost
是
feel like it's
还
going
能
to have
举
a
起来
cramp.
啊，你自己感觉有一点点抖了吧？对，没
You
关系，
almost
没
feel
关系，
your
那
hands are
习惯一下
shaking,
就
right?
好哈。
That's
对，
okay,
你看这么简
as
单的
long
动
as
作
you can get
下面
used
这
to
只
that.
手也回来哈。
And
很
also
好，
the
下面
lower
这手的
arm
这个位置哈，很好
is
啊。
very good,
你已经
very good
做到
position.
最初的我的要求了哈。
You have
好，我
already
们
meet
换下一
my
位哈，你换一下
first
位置。
standard,
小新过来，来
the basic standard.
来，
Okay,
站到我前面。
now Xiaoxin, you can stand in
好，
front of
我
me.
刚才讲那个动作，你也做一下。
You can do it according
非常
to
好，
my
非常好。
instructions just
哎，
now. Very good.
怎么了？
小新的胸口正好对着树呢。
How
他胸
come
口对着树哈。
his chest is facing
对
the
呀，这
tree?
个才是礼貌啊。
That's politeness, right?
就是，但是呢，我们
But
这个走八卦的要求呢，
when we
这个
are
胸口不要
walking
直接对
Energy
着树
Bagua, our
就是
chest
有一
should
点
not
侧
face the
侧身
tree.
这样的侧
It
身。
should be the
哎，
side
还有
of
呢，
our
现在
body
他这个手的
actually
高
facing the
度
tree.
有
And
点低了，你看
also
他的
your
眼睛到这里
hand
才那么高
is
度，对不
too
对？
low because
所以
your
你的
eyes are higher.
指甲这一段的位置呢，看你
And
的眼睛大概平
so
行，是
your
一个很
nails, it
在一个
should
大
be
约一
on
个
the
水平
eye
线上。
level.
那有
So
人说，那怎么量这个绝对的
So
平
how
衡呢？
can
没有绝
you
对的，就大
measure
约
that
是一个
it's
水平线
exactly
啊。
on the
这
same
个树
height?
啊，
Well,
还有
there's
呢，
no
下面那只手
absolute.
很
It's
好，
just about the
就是，
right
但是呢，这个
level.
大拇指
Yeah.
这里，对了，虎口要
Also,
张
the
开啊，
huko.
张开，
Huko
这
is
里有一点瓦
the
了，
space
就是瓦
between
的
the
一种
thumb
感
and the
觉
index
哈，要
finger
有这个意
should
思。
open
对了，
wide, and your
很
palm
好，
should
你
be
做得
like
够，
the
很好，
tire.
很棒了，很棒了啊！
Wonderful,
来，小陈，
wonderful.
来来来，
Xiao Chen.
来来试试。
Okay, you can
刚
come
才那
over
个动
here.
作，看你记住了没有？来，来，往这儿站，往这儿站。好嘞，举起右手来，
Now put up your right arm.
非常棒哈！
Very good.
你这个这个地方都岔开了，这边就并在一起的哈，大概手指都岔开，尽量岔
So
开。
try
这个虎口
to
就张开，
open your
虎口
hands
就张开。
wide,
这
your
里的高
fingers
度
apart,
和眼睛是大约的
and
水平，听得
the
懂
tip
吗？
of your
大约是
finger
水
should
平
be
的啊，
on your eye
对着树
level.
啊，这叫3点一
Can you
线，
understand?
一
Yeah.
线过来啊。
So
好，
these
那下面那只手的其实
three
张
are
开的动
aligned.
作
Your
和上面
eyes,
这
your
手是
tip
一
of your
样，
finger,
完
and
全
the
是一
tree
样啊。
aligned.
哎，
And
虎
also
口张
your
开一点
lower
啊。
palm should also
好，
open wide,
这里
the
的
hands
这
open
个
wide.
弧度也是很好啊。
And this
下面
arc
也
is
很
very
好，来
good.
来抖一
The
抖，
lower arm also has a good arc.
来抖着抖着手就放下来了，再举起来啊。
After you walk for a while, you put your arms lower.
哎，
You
还
should
不错，
raise
还不
it.
错，
Ah,
还不错。
pretty good,
好了，可
pretty
以可以
good.
休息一下了哈。哎，这个动作我相信大
You
家已经
can
学
take
会
a
了吧？
break. I believe
师傅有想问一下，
you
就刚才
already
看到几个
know
模
how
特
to do it,
上
right?
面的手师傅指
So
导的好标准哈。
I
有
saw
下
that
面
the
的那个手怎么
the
有的人
models, you
高
know,
一些，
their
有的人
upper
高的
arm
低一些。
它
is
是每个人
very
肚脐长的位
standard.
置不一样，
哦，是
But
要找
their
肚
lower
脐。
长得高
their
的吧，
lower
它肚
arms,
脐靠
some
身
are
体，
higher, some are lower. Grandmaster
长得
said
低的
because
吧是长得
it
脚低
depends
眼
on
的。
your
我的佛呀！
belly button. Some are higher, some
但
are
是我的要求
lower.
哈，就
So
是大约是在
the
肚脐的位置
requirement
和你
is
绑腰
that
带的位置。
your wrist should be
大约
at
肚
the
脐的位
level
置。
of
那
your
个手
navel.
腕就是我们的下面一
And
只手的手
you
腕，
know, the
大
wrist,
约对
the
于肚脐
lower
从
hand,
高
the
度
wrist of the
和
lower
位置
hand
大约在肚脐的
should
位
be
置。
about
所以
the
下面这只手
the
呢，
height
大
of the
约
navel.
手掌是冲下的，
And
举起
the
来这只手
lower
呢是
palm
对着树的，手
basically
掌是对着
facing
树的。
down, and the
那
upper
这个动作
palm
呢，
is
大约
basically
大家记住
facing
啊，
the tree.
叫青龙掌。
So this kind of
青色的
palm is
青，
called Qing-Long palm
青龙的
or
龙。
dragon palm.
青龙掌的掌哈，手掌的掌哈，青龙掌。对，大家记住了哈。
Literally
会了哈。
speaking, it's the
嗯，
blue
不错不错。
dragon palm. So It's called dragon palm or
你
Qing-Long
们3
palm.
个模特儿来，
So,
继续
okay.
再走一走，再走一走，看看有没有
Okay,
记
our
住哈。
models, come over here, continue to walk. Let's see if you remembered.
你看，哎，我们这大个子的，他那个
See?
肚脐长得比较靠上。
I think
不是长得
he's
胸口
taller,
比较
so
你看你
his
的肚脐在哪里，你的手的
navel
位置
is
在哪里。
taller. Yeah.
真没发
So
现肚脐
wherever
在哪里。
your navel is, you put your lower
对，这小
wrist
陈的
there.
那个肚脐在那个标准位置。
Xiao Cheng's navel is at a very standard place. Xiao Huang's navel is a
这
little
这个手的这个位
up.
置，
You see
是
your
不是稍微低一点？对对。
lower arm maybe
再来，
can
再
be
来。
lower. Let's continue.
觉真，我有必要现在
Okay,
纠正
Joyce.
他们那个再细一点的。
Should we
我
correct
是建
some
议有
more
必要的，
details?
因为我们一学
Yeah, I
学对
think,
了，这个走的
of
这个效
course,
果才更
because
好。
if we learn, we want to
万一
learn
走的不
correctly,
对，
then
形
it
成
will be
习
more
惯了还不
effective.
好纠
What
正
if
呢。
we
现在
keep
这个动
the
作大概
the
已经
wrong
还做得
posture
不
as a
错哈。
habit?
就
So
是
their
接着我看到另
posture
外一个点，继续
is
走，
basically
走。
right. You can continue.
走。大家注意看哈。
Let's
看
look at them carefully.
小黄。
小黄
对对对
come
继续保
over
持这个
here.
动作哈。小黄
Keep
紧
the
张，
posture.
那么
You're
它的
a
肩在
bit
上
nervous,
肩，
so
没
your
有放松，先
shoulder
放松。
is
我先把手
actually
放紧，一个是紧，
yeah,
第二
very
个紧
tight.
张哈，有点紧
Yeah,
张哈，
and
小黄紧张
also
紧张。所以
sticking
呢，你
up.
在走的时候，这个肩
So
好像这样耸起来，就架起来
yeah,
这个样
so your shoulder is
这个
too
是
high.
是不够正规哈，就是在我在走的时候是放松。
You need to relax your
啊
shoulder.
对，这两个帅哥的那个肩呢还算是松的哈， 这样放
These
松之
two
后再
young
举起
men,
来，
I
就
think
这
they're
个肩就要
basically
因为紧张而往上点哈，放
their
松。
shoulders are
这是我
basically
们的
relaxed.
从肩啊，
So
肩
starting
到
from
肘
our
肩到
shoulder
肘都
and
放松，
to our elbow,
都
we
在往
should
下垂的感觉。
all relax.
这就是这样
And
的一个功法的一个要求。
we should
这样
drop
好很多，好很多。
our shoulder
好
and
的
our，
继续
elbow.
保持这个动作再走。
Okay,
来来，
just
继续
keep
走哈。
this posture and keep
你走的时候
walking.
我就会看到
And
要
when
学
you
习的内容
are
哈。
when you just keep
对，
walking,
两
and
个
then
手
I'll
的手指
find
哈，你的
where we
虎
need
口
to
手
learn
指都要
further.
岔开哈。
Make sure both hukou will
现在
open
做得很
wide.
好。
Hukou is in between is the space between your thumb and your index
很
finger.
棒啊，学习能力比
Wonderful.
较强，小黄。
Very good
好
at
了，
learning.
我们现在换左手举起来了，你就
Now
得反着方向
let's
走。
switch to
同
the
动作是
right
同样的
arm.
你现在举左手，还是要对
Yeah.
3点一线，先把动作做
Okay.
标准了哈。
Make
3
sure
点一线，眼睛、
your
手、
eyes, your tip of your
手掌
fingers, and the
张
tree,
开，
they're
手
all
指、虎口
aligned.
啊，肩膀放
And
松，
open wide
还
your
有呢，手臂
hukou.
伸的
Relax
这
your
个
shoulders
这个
and
弧度
elbows.
啊，不要
And
太
keep
弯，
an
也不要太
arc
直。
of your
对，像弓
up
一样。
of your
好
arm,
了，保持这个动作就走，走吧。
like an archery.
很棒，很棒哈。
Great.
小陈的手又下来了哈。
Xiao
再
Chen,
举起
your
来哈，
arms
要
come
是
down
水
again.
平一样的
You
哈，
need to
很好
keep
很好。
up your arms at your eye
哎
level.
这小新的手又下来了哈，再举高一点哈。
Xiaoxin, your arms are down again also.
哎，小黄的手还是有点紧哈，所以我看下面那只手呢，那
Xiaohuang,
个肘子已
you're
经
also a
露出
little
来
bit
了，
tight.
肘子露出来就是紧，动作没有放松
Your
下来啊。
elbow
两个手
is
臂没
sticking
放松
out, so which means that you are still tight.
这次好很多了哈。
This time you're much better.
不错不错，学习得
Pretty
很快
good,
呀。
pretty good.
小黄的那个右手肘
小
还在
黄
架着。
Your right
放松一点。
elbow is sticking out. You
对，
need
放
to
松放
relax
松。
further.
很好，
Very good.
基本上都已经做会了哈。就是细
Mostly
节
you
上
are already
适应一下
doing
是吧
right. You just need
是不是我们网友也有问题啊？也在
fine
学嘛
tune.
让他们
是。
看得不是
So
那么
our
清楚。
online friends are also
网友
learning.
的
They
看可能
cannot
不是
see
那么
very
清楚，请
clearly.
师傅指点。
they would like some further clarification. Is the lower arm, attached to the body or have some distance away from the body? So all the palm, our hands are opening wide, both hands. The upper arm, why should I say the upper arm? Because we have, like both arms can be upper arms. So the upper arm will face the tree. The lower arm basically face the ground. What about the distance between the arm and the body? It is about 10 centimeters, about the width of our palm. Sometimes when we walk, we might forget. It might get too close to our body. As long as you are not putting your hands on your abdomen, it's okay. So it can be in between 1 to 10 centimeters, and the height of the lower wrist should be about the navel level. So these are the two key points. So the height of the lower arm and the distance between the arm and the body. You know that, right? So now our left arm is the upper arm. Let's continue to think about the standard posture. Xiao Huang, you're getting much better. You're getting more used to that. But your thumb should open wider. At the beginning, you might feel, not used to that, because in our daily life, we very rarely would open the hukou so wide. Okay, continue to walk. Pretty good. All right, let's see. Yeah, you can put your arms down, otherwise it would be tiring. Yeah, a lot of our online friends actually really are thankful for Master's reminder of relaxing the shoulder, because they forget that or they don't know that. Because when they are walking, they heard Grandmaster, you said we need to bend our hand like elbow, bend the wrist. So when our index finger should be upright and pointing to the sky. So this way, we call it, or we say that we are bending our wrist. Do you have, so our Grandmaster Zhen has already defined this posture as bending the wrist. So there are other questions. I'm not going to repeat. If you cannot remember, you can watch this video again. So the basic palm, we have the Qing-Long palm or the dragon palm, and another form of palm is called Yin Yang palm. So in Energy Bagua and in the Yin Yang theories, do you know the concept of Yin and Yang? Usually, when our palm, usually our palm calls the Yang, and the back of the hand is the Yin of the hand, and the palm of the hand is the Yang of the hand. When the palm is facing out or facing up, this is a Yang palm. The sun, the yang. But when the palm is facing down, even if it's very high, then this is a yin palm. if you're pressing down, so this is a yin palm pressing down.
阴暗的那个大概是这个意思，它是掌心向下。
So when the palm is facing down, is yin palm. When the palm is facing up, is yang
当我
palm.
的有一个动作叫阴阳掌的时候，
So we have a yin yang palm. When we are having the yin yang
前
palm,
头青龙掌，
you know,
掌
Qing-Long
心是对
palm
着树，
or the dragon palm,
但是阴
the
阳掌
palm,
的时候呢，
the
下
upper
面的手
palm is
手不
facing the
动
tree.
但是
But
举起来
for
的手呢，
yin yang palm,
手掌
the
心是
upper
向下。
palm is facing up.
这两个动作保持住的时候，
When you keep
就叫阴阳掌。
this posture, this is called
它
yin
可以
yang
离
palm.
得这么近，
It
离得这
can
么
be
近，
so
离得这么
close
远，
or so
它
far
都
away.
属于阴阳。
Whether
就
they're
是一个向上，一个向下。
close or far away, as long as one is
所以因
facing
此
up
呢，
and one
大
is
家可以
facing
理解
down,
了哈。当
it
我
is
如果
called yin
还
yang
有个
palm.
掌
So you
法是
understand, right?
两个手心向
And
上，
also, we also have both palms facing
不管
up.
放的位置，
Wherever you put the
还有距
palms
离没关系。
and the distance,
只要
it
两
doesn't
个掌
matter.
心
As
是
long
向
as
上，
both
就叫
palms
双
are facing palm, this is called double yang
所以
palm.
经常说，我走的第一圈的时候叫
So
双阳掌。
in the or the
有一项
shuang
是
yang
双阳，
palm
就是两
or
个
the
掌心
double
向
yang palm. So in the first
但
circle,
是这里面还没有
it's
双
a
阴掌，
double yang
还
palm.
没有双
But
阴掌。
in Energy
所以
Bagua,
我们
there's
只有双
no
阳掌。
double
Qing-Long
yin
掌
palm. We only
Yin
have double yang
这个概念
palm,
大家
yin
已
yang
经
palm,
知道
and
了哈。
dragon palm.
都
So
清楚
you
就好。
understand these three kinds
来
of palm.
那我们再现在变成右手，
So now
手，
let's
举起来，
put
手，
our right arm up,
青龙掌。
Qing-Long palm or dragon
好。
palm. Very good.
我们说变就变哈，
So
变成
we'll
双阳
change
掌。
to double
你
yang
就自己
palm.
边走边变就完了，
You
两
can
个手心
change
向
when
上
you're walking,
就是双阳
both
掌。
palms
很好
facing
啊，
up.
聪明啊。
Very good.
双阳掌。
Smart.
好，阴阳掌，
Yin yang palm.
阴阳掌。
Yin yang
哎
palm.
哎，
Eh,
好，来继续走，阴阳掌。
Yin yang palm.
小黄现在对了，
Yes, Xiaohuang, now you're right.
好，小新也对了哈。
Xiaoxin, you're right too.
好，你们三个现在都对
Okay,
了哈。
all three of you are
对
right
阴
now.
阳掌就是这个动作中有
Yin
有
yang
阳
palm
掌有阴掌。
is when we
双阳
have
掌。
one yang palm and one yin palm.
双
Double
阳
yang
掌
palm
两个
now.
掌心向上就是双阳
Both
掌。
palms facing up.
青龙掌，
Qing-Long palm or dragon palm.
嗯，聪明，很
Good.
棒，很棒。
Very
你已经
good, very good.
第一步已经毕业了哈。
You're now graduated
棒，
from
很棒。
level 1.
啊，很不错，很不错。
Very, very
好
good.
了，可以休息一下了。
Okay,
谢谢
now
谢
you
谢
can take a break.
休息一
Thank
下
you.
嗯，小珍。
Okay, Joyce.
感恩师傅今天的
Thank you,
教授
Grandmaster, for
那
teaching
我们平
today.
时在洗练的过程之中啊
When we
很多
practice
学员啊像今天很多的新的网
before,
友
a lot of
可
our
能还
students and
今
a
天
lot
我们
of our
会有
new
更
online
多的一
friends,
些问题
maybe they
啊
have more
我想
questions.
建议呢就是
Can I
看一下以前
suggest
师傅录制的一个
that
教学影
uh,
片
we
纠正
can
一下大家的
watch
错误动作，这样呢学起来
Grandmaster's
就
video
更顺利
before
一
to
些
correct some
那
wrong
就像
postures?
刚才的教学哈，
对，
一
And
步你
plus
就
that
都记住了。
好啊，那今天
Yeah
效果多好，
好的，
好，感
All
恩师
right.
傅
Okay.
Yin Yang palm. Please observe carefully and note incorrect movements. What are the incorrect movements of this model? This is not quite correct.
这个不太正确。
Yin
这个
Yang
阴阳掌呢
palms
是
are
就是手心向
the
下
palm
的阴掌
facing down is yin palm, the palm facing up is yang palm. Yin and yang. Energy Bagua contains two elements of yin and yang. There are yin and yang opposites in any hexagram. Let's look at the hands. One hand faces down, the other faces up. These are yin yang palms. Yang palm faces the sky. It doesn't have to face up absolutely. It's roughly like this. The lower hand faces the ground. Hukou. The space between thumb and index finger opens wide, as Energy Bagua practice requires. Foucault, the space between the thumb and index finger opens wide. Don't stretch it so much that it cramps. Just try to open it wide. That will do. It's roughly like that. Don't make it too flat. It's unnecessary. As Grandmaster Yin said, this is enough. The crease of the lower wrist, like Qing-Long palms, is at the level of your navel. Start walking. Yin Yang palms. The upper palm faces up. The fingertips points to the tree. The upper hand is in reading position. No. Oh no, the upper hand is too curved. Yin Yang palm. The upper palm faces up. Fingertips point to the tree. Please observe carefully and note incorrect movements. What are the incorrect movements of this model? Okay. This yang palm, as I mentioned just now, opens wide and faces the sky. This is okay. Incorrect movement 1. The upper hand's fingers are too curved. If the fingers are too curved, it won't be effective. When we completely open the fingers, our energy can be transmitted from the dantian to the fingers, so as to improve our health. So try to do as required. Extend them straight. Yin Yang palms. The upper palm faces up. Fingertips point to the tree. Good, very good. Please observe carefully and note incorrect movements. What are the incorrect movements of this model? Your arm is too straight. Incorrect movement 2. The upper arm is too straight. Curve it a bit. Now it's much better. It's like an undrawn bow. It has some curvature. Yin Yang palms. The arms curve slightly like undrawn bows. Yes, it's better now. Yin Yang palms. The arms curve slightly like undrawn bows. Make it a bit higher. That's correct. Qing-Long palms or dragon palms. Please observe carefully and note incorrect movements. What are the incorrect movements of this model? Okay, stop. Keep your posture. Let's see where the mistake is. Qing-Long palms. Incorrect movement 1. The upper wrist isn't bent. Requirements of Qing-Long palms. The upper hand's palm faces a tree, the center around which we walk. The index finger is vertical or straight upward. It's required to be so. It's also called bent wrist, as if the palm sits here. Your hand was too slanted. Your index finger wasn't vertical. This is incorrect. If the wrist is bent like this, the entire body starts to be filled with energy. If it's like this, our tendons and bones are loose, and our feeling of energy disappears. Once we let our wrist bend, or the index finger is vertical and the hook opens wide, our lower abdomen is full of energy. This was required by Grandmaster Yin. It must have its deep significance. Also, I saw you open your mouth. Incorrect movement too. Don't keep the mouth open continuously. Of course, if we're very tired and hot, we can keep the mouth open, but it's required to close the mouth. When we practice, if we wear many layers, according to how hot we are, we may take them off one after another. Try now to open your mouth. We gently bite our teeth, mouth gently closed. Energy Bagua isn't an intense exercise. It's not necessary for you to perspire too much or open the mouth. The requirements are bent wrists and closed mouth. The teeth gently rest and bite together. Also the tongue. The teeth rest gently and bite together. The tongue touches the palate. The top of the mouth cavity, or the dome part, it gently touches it. So, bend wrists. Teeth gently bite together and close mouth. Her facial expression is very good. This young lady is quite gentle. We should be gentle, relaxed, and at ease. Gentle, relaxed, and at ease. Don't be full of enmity toward the world, but instead compassion, purity, and gratitude. With such thoughts, we'll look peaceful and friendly. When we face the tree isn't our enemy, but our best friend. It can transform our afflictions, illnesses, and pain. Our illnesses will disappear, but the tree won't be sick. Our illness and affliction will become nutrients for the tree. Their illness only when they're in our body, as transformation occurs in different types of matter. Facing the tree, we're full of gratitude and happiness. Thus, our facial expression is relaxed, easeful, and grateful. Please observe carefully and note incorrect movements. What are the incorrect movements of this model? Your Qing-Long palms isn't correct. Incorrect movement 3. The index finger of the upper hand isn't vertical. You must extend your finger straight. Your index finger should be vertical. Hook opens wide. The wrist is bent. Here, try to open wide. This way, energy can flow to all limbs. What are the incorrect movements of this model? The hands and eyes are roughly at the same level. The hand shouldn't move too high or too low. Those are all incorrect. Eyes, look at the tree through the space above the fingers. It's roughly at the same level. This way should be okay. Yes, this way is correct. Very good. Please observe carefully and note incorrect movements. What are the incorrect movements of this model? This palm is too straight. It should curve a bit. Relax, relax. You should relax the shoulder and elbow. Spread your fingers and open the hukou wide. Keep your index finger vertical. It's level with your eyes. This is correct. Qing-Long palms. The fingers of the upper hand and hukou open wide. Arc your arm. Please observe carefully and note incorrect movements. What are the incorrect movements of this model? What are the incorrect movements of this model? Okay, this hand is too low. Incorrect movement 1. The wrist crease of the lower wrist is not at the navel level. Your navel is here. The wrist of our lower hand should be roughly at the navel level. The hukou. The wrist of our lower hand should be roughly at the navel level. The hukou should open wide. At best, the index finger points to the other elbow. It may not go this high, but it can drop down. It's roughly like this. Right, look at the tree. Okay, very good. Okay, your movement, your hand drop down. Incorrect movement 2. The lower wrist isn't bent. The index finger doesn't point to the other elbow. The fingers should point upward, and the wrist stays at about the height of the navel. The wrist crease is roughly aligned with the navel. Thus, the left hand should be slightly to the right of the body. Because the wrist crease lines up with the navel. And your hand, you don't have a big belly, but if someone who do put the hand on the belly, that's wrong. The hand should be away from the belly, at most, no more than 10 centimeters. Anyway, it shouldn't be touching the belly. It's about here. Your hand position is correct. When you walk, your movements should be a bit more relaxed. When you walk just now, your arm curved too much, which isn't a mistake. But to be more powerful, your hand should stretch out a bit more. If your arm is very tired, here's a skill. Let me stand at your back. If you feel tired raising your arm, draw back your arm a bit to reduce tiredness. When you reach here, you can draw back further. You can put down your arm and relax. When you draw back your arm too much, the sense of power on your arm is gone. The energy gained in the practice is gone. It's like holding a stick. Wow, it's so heavy. Say, if we hold the stick this way, it's easy. Even if it's an iron stick, you can handle it. But when we hold it this way, Even if it's a wooden stick, usually we can't hold it for 5 minutes. You can try it back home. If your arm extends more, your arm will feel weighty. If you walk for 20 minutes, your arm will be sore. When you feel tired, draw back your arm a bit. Do you feel it? You feel easy right away. If you draw back a bit more, you'll be more comfortable. When we draw it back to here, we can't do it further. Put down the arm and relax. Shake your arms, move it a bit, and take a rest. Thus, we have this requirement. After practicing for 8 circles, we start switching palms. The right palm switches to the left, or vice versa. We practice gaining energy by alternating our arms. Eventually, the energy in our entire body increases. Okay, now you know the principle of raising our hands. Extend slightly, just a bit straighter, but not as straight as a posture of Shaolin fist or ballet. It just curves a bit. The entire Energy Bagua movement is related to a circle. A partial circle is an arc, right? Grandmaster Ren often told me, the arm is like an undrawn bow, slightly curved. Make sure the hukou is open wide and the index finger is vertical. This is very important.
All right. You've already seen the video to correct the wrong postures. You must have already learned. So let's see our models today. Have you learned something? Now you can start walking with your right arm on the upper arm. So they have also watched the video to correct the wrong posture. Now it's very good now. Wonderful. Pretty good. If Xiao Chen's arm can, yes, arc a little bit, don't be too straight. And bend your wrist. Make sure your index finger is vertical, pointing upwards. And Xiao Huang's posture is quite standard now. Very good. Great. Now let's change to double yang palm. So both palms facing up is, now it's double yang palm. Now change to yin yang palms. Xiao Huang, now you're right. Oh, Grandmaster. Our online friends are also watching. Well, they're actually correcting Xiaoxing. Oh, Xiaoxing's palms shouldn't, your fingers should pointing to the tree, not like, it's not, your palm is not a mirror. Yes. Wherever your palm is facing, the hukou, the space between the thumb and the index finger should open wide. This is very good, much better. Xiao Huang, your hand can be higher. I think if you can already walk this way, it's already very good. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for demonstrate for us. Thank you, Master. Well, actually, our online friends are learning very carefully, so they have many different questions. Can we ask you to answer some of the questions?
可以可以。
Sure.
那这样的时候就有一些这个问题是
Okay,
常见问题
so
哈
some questions are very common, and Master, you have already answered them. So maybe let's watch a few of them first, and then
亲自再解答大家的问题。
对对对。
Grandmaster, then you can answer them. Yes. How long should a beginner practice Energy Bagua?
这个初学八卦者啊，就是
How long
这
should a
个走八
beginner
卦这个
practice
时间
Energy Bagua?
有没有一些要求？这个是可以讨论的。
That's an interesting question.
对初学，因为
All
我们这
beginners
个每个人的年龄、
have
身体情
different
况
physical conditions and belong to different
都
age
不一样。
groups.
那么有的人身体
Some may feel tired after practicing for several minutes because of poor health conditions. At the beginning, they can take a break or drink some water when they feel tired. After a rest, they can continue practicing. It doesn't help if you only practice several minutes a day. Therefore, to be healthy and happy, you should be persistent. It's okay to take a break and continue later. Beginners should practice not less than an hour a day. The break time shouldn't be counted as practice time.
时间来说，是以真练的时间，
Only count the time you're
这
really
个才算
practicing.
是练的时间。说你把中间休息的
If
这
you
个时
count
间
break
也算
time
上
as practice
你
time,
1个小时也许
then
等于20
your
分钟
1 hour may only equal 20 minutes. That won't help much.
所以我们的
So,
这些修
to
行方法
benefit from our
不是迷
practice
信的
method, you
而
have
是
to put
非
in
常的科学。
effort. The more you
这个方
practice,
法
the
一定
better
要加上你
results
练的
you'll
时间
get.
它可能才产生
It's
效
good to improve your
这
health
个不错。
condition through this method.
因为很多疾病啊，现在这个医疗还是
Many
没有办法
diseases are
所以我
incurable
们
by
有
modern
办法
medicine.
能让这个疾病能够
You'll be
消
lucky
失
to
能
eliminate
够
the
减
disease
轻
or even just
算是
alleviate
不
it.
错了。
Practice
所以
at
呢
least 1
是
hour a
一
day.
一
Thus,
定要贵在
you
坚
have
持
to persist
可以断断续续，每天
at least 1 hour daily. That's the minimum. Practicing Energy Bagua in small spaces.
师傅好，
Hello,
如果家里
Master.
比较小，
My house is
走小
small.
圈的八卦可以吗？
Can I practice Energy Bagua with smaller circles?
可以的，就是八卦内功
Practicing
修
with
炼的这
small
个场地
circles is
哈
fine.
其实可以很小的，但是只是说，
But
当你的
when
这
you
个房
practice
子
in a very
特别
small
小的时候
room,
这个空气会有点
you
闷
might
得慌
feel the air
有
is
自己的
stuffy
视觉的
or
感觉
your surroundings might
会
not be
有点
pleasant to your
不舒服
eyes.
因为
Even
旁边虽然
though
很
the
小
space is
但是
small,
呢，我们看的是中
you
间这
should
棵
feel
树，所以
okay
你的
as
眼
your
睛看的
eyes
是
are
树
focused on the
房子小
tree
点
in the
没关
middle.
系
So smaller
但是如
spaces
果没有
are
这样的
fine.
基础定
But
力
if
的
you
话，
haven't
你
got
总
a
看的
solid
是一个很
foundation,
小的
you'll
房
feel
子，
dizzy
你会晕
while
倒，会
practicing
走一走自己
in a
晕掉，
compact space.
就这样
You，could faint while circling.
就做这个提醒。
Overall,
就是
small
反正
spaces
宏观
are
的来说哈
fine.
空间小一点也是可以走，就走八卦来说，小
But
空间
if you can,
不如大
go
空间，
somewhere more
大
spacious
空间
or
不
even
如
better
禅堂或
to
者八卦
our
中心，
centers.
因为很多人在这来
With
修，
many people
它那个
practicing
磁场
together,
这个是
you
一般
can
人不理解的，
expect
这个磁场
a strong,
就会比较
more
强大，
auspicious
或者是
energy
吉祥的。
field.
所以确实有人问我学
Some
了之
people
后，
have asked me
说我们
whether,
自己或
after
者我们夫
learning
妻
the
俩就在我
fundamentals,
家里练，
they could
所
practice
以
at
很多
home.
练不下
Many
去
who，practice on
练
their
一练之
own
后，
cannot
从技术
continue
方法上就
because
练歪了，
nobody corrects
一
their
个是效
mistakes.
果减
As
少很
such,
多，
it becomes
第二
less
个还
effective.
容易出
And
偏
then
差，
there's the issue of
修行的
deviation.
偏差也是可怕，
Deviation is terrible,
和吃错
like
药是一
taking the
种道
wrong
理。
pills when you're
对，
sick.
修行偏差也是伤害，
Deviation can
所以
hurt
希
you
望大家
badly.
学习八卦内功，最
If you
好
can,
去我们的
please
禅堂，
learn and
我
practice
亲自
at our centers
有授
or
权的
our
八卦
authorized
内功的
Energy
中心
Bagua wellness centers.
去学习，这样保证大家学的是
You'll
正的
learn
方
the
法。
most authentic
不会
Energy
学歪。
Bagua methods
我
there.
要说任命他，他
The
一定会
instructors
如
appointed
实
by
如
me
法
will
地教你。
teach you everything the correct way.
所有传授八卦的人
All
都是慈悲
instructors
善
are
良的
kind and
就是为了让你更
compassionate.
好
They want you to benefit
所以大家
greatly
一定
from
要找
Energy
这样
Bagua.
正
So
宗的
learn at
那
authentic
我在哪里
venues.
授课，你
If
打
you
听到
find
也
out
可
where
以
and
就是
when
学的
I'll
就
be
更正宗
teaching,
我
you'll
讲的
learn
内容也许
authentic
会更高
advanced
一些
methods from me.
这样大家受益就更多
So
一些
you'll benefit more. Walking Energy Bagua barefoot.
赤脚在泥土上走八卦是否合适？
Walking Energy Bagua
可以啊。
barefoot. Of course you can.
啊，在远古传说
Based
之
on
中啊
ancient
它其
legends,
实就是来自于整个
we're
地
made
球的
up
自
of
然的
various
有各种
composites
的
from nature.
成分啊，来组成了这个人体啊。那么当今的城
People
市人
in this
有
modern
很多
era
疾病，尤其是
suffer
敏感
from
症
all
等
kinds
等
of
的
diseases,
甚至
especially
是白
from
血症等等
allergies
就是
and
缺少
even
了这个
leukemia.
自然泥土的这
This is
些
due to lack
讯
of
息和能量。
contact with natural soil
你看小
and
朋
its
友啊，
energy.
他有
When
点
your young
疲劳，有
children
点
feel
累，有
tired
点不舒
or
服，
unwell,
哎，你让他玩一
let
玩
them play
正
on
常
the
的，
soil.
其实我们能种菜，
It is not the
不是
potting
今天在
mix
城市里买的
which
那
you
种
buy from
很奇
gardening
怪的，不
shops.
是土壤的，类似土壤很轻的东西，不是那个
Potting mix
那个不是
isn't
泥土，
soil.
那个只是
Potting mix
发酵
is
过的
more
植物，
lightweight
剪碎的
than
植物而
garden
已
soil.
啊，
Potting
那个
mix
不
is
是。
just
我说的
fermented
是真
plant
正长
extracts
庄稼的
or
那
a
个泥
mix
土，
of shredded
你经
plants.
常去
So
玩耍，
potting mix isn't the same
啊，
as
一定
garden
会
soil.
对你的健康
It
非
is
常有益。
beneficial for health
我
to
就告
often
诉过
play
几
on
位
garden
这
soil.
个家长，
I've
他的
told
小
this
孩
to a
子皮
few
肤特别
parents
白，
whose
但
kids
是
are
身体很
pale,
差，总是
in
得病。
poor health, and
可是
often
你就
sick.
弄一
I
堆泥
told
土
them
就
to
在
get
家里
some
弄一个
garden
环
soil
境，
and
让
place
他
it
在
in
那
their
玩。
home
他说那个很脏，
so their
我说你看
kids
看你
can
这读
play
书多
on the
少了？
soil. One parent said
它
it
是
was
泥土，怎么
dirty.
是脏呢？
She must be muddled after studying too much.
尤
How
其是
could
你那
soil
个
be
很
dirty?
洁白崭新的衣服上，
When soil
沾了一
stains
点
our
泥
white
土之后，
shirt,
很
many
多妈妈
mothers
总
think
以为
it's
那就是
dirty.
脏。请记住，不
Please
是脏。
remember that soil
就是
is
泥土。
not dirty.
正是因为这些
Soil
泥土
gives our
才让
children
你孩子
nutrients,
从中
which
获得
increase
营养，
immunity.
提升免疫力，
Soil
补充你的身体
supplements
需
us
求的那
with
些养
certain
分。
nutrients, which we cannot
而是
get
这些
from
养分
food.
在平时的饮
You
食
can
之中
only
得
get
不
these
到，
nutrients
而
through
这个是
bodily
靠你的身
contact
体去
with
接触才能
soil.
得到，就是获得健
This
康的
is
特别好的
one
方
of the
法。
best ways to
就是
gain
如
good
果
health.
今天的你的家庭经
Some
济条件还比
families,
较
when
好
they're
的，
in a good
去买那
financial
些健康食
situation,
品，
tend to buy
没
lots of
药
health
吃一大把
supplements.
药丸的那个，你还不如
It
说
is
弄一盆
better
土，
to get a
然后你挖
container,
土挖泥
put
巴，
soil
搓泥
and
巴，
water
捏
into
泥人，
it, make
捏
small
小鸡小狗，
figures,
你
maybe
你就不用吃那
chicken
个
or
东西就获得
dogs
健康。
out of mud. You become
你们如
healthy
果说
without
天气
eating
不是很寒
supplements.
冷，
If it is
你
not
赤
too
脚如
cold,
果小心注
go
意扎脚的
barefoot.
钉
Be
子啊、
alert to sharp
玻璃这些
objects,
尖锐物，
such as
如
nails
果这
and
些东
glass.
西
If
能
you
避
can
免的
avoid
话，
being
我
hurt
还
by
同意
sharp objects,
适
it
当的
is
去
good to
接触
be
泥
in
土，
touch with
这
soil.
是特别
It
健
is
康的
one of the
一个修炼
healthiest
方法
ways to practice.
啊，一定会对
It
大
is
家的健康是有
beneficial
帮
to
助的。
everyone's health.
好，
All right.
刚才呢，我们做了第一
Just
次
now
初步的
we
现
have
场的教学哈，
the
有放
initial
之前的这
teaching
些教学的纠
for the
正的影
basic
片
teaching, and we also played
相
some
信
teaching
大家都
videos.
都
I
看到学
believe
到了
you
哈，
have already
可以
watched
之后
and
再重
learned.
复再来看，
Maybe later
会
you
增
can
加你的
watch
印象
again and
啊。
again, so
何
you
况我
will
们一起
have
腾空的
a
安排，
deeper
保证
impression.
让大
And
家学
also,
会。
we arranged
你现在
several
学到
classes
这
for
些动
this to
作，
make sure
你
you
可以
will
试
learn
着
it
这
well.
样做，
And
这
so
是可
after
以的
you've
哈。
learned this now,
那
you
如果
can
有任何问题呢，
give it a
欢迎大家
try
提出
to
来，
walk.
这样就可能
If you
学
have
得
any
更好。
questions,
好
you're
的，
welcome to raise
好，我
questions
的
so you
网
can
友
learn
非常
better.
积极啊，
Oh,
非常感
our
恩师
online
傅
friends
在
are
现场教授
very
这样的一个
grateful
特别
for
的示范，
Grandmaster to
那也有
teach
很多的问题。
here
对，
today, and they have
那首
many
先一大类
questions.
呢，就是
So
说
the
他们
first
想问说自己
category
这样的一
it
种健
is
康情
actually
况适不适合走八卦？
is
啊，比
whether
如
when
说
they
这个
have
小
these
鹏网友他
issues,
说：“师傅好，
it would be
因为
suitable
老
for them
梗
to
引
walk
发的
Energy
半身
Bagua.
不遂，
So
右胳膊不能
this
动，
friend
在
that because of the brain infarction that he can move and hands and feet can move, but he's not moving very freely. Can he walk Energy Bagua? Yes, I remember in Taiwan there was Qiu Ruizhong, and he actually had a very rare disease. His limbs and internal organs are completely out of control, and there is no medicine for that. And he can only do, like, he can be tied to a pole and then use crutches and and doing some treatments, and so it was very hard for him to move. And so at this time, a sister was teaching Energy Bagua in the park, Huang Sudan, and she invited him to come and give it a try. And after 100 days, it definitely will be better. So before, he was walking with both crutches. You can imagine how difficult it is. After 20 days, he threw away one crutch, and less than 100 days, he can threw away both crutches, and now he can walk very fast and even ride on motorcycles. And so even Parkinson's disease patients who looks like have many physical issues on their limbs and their body, and now they can walk freely. So there will be a process from not being able to walk properly to walk freely. So we welcome those people with such kind of issues to come and practice Energy Bagua. So some other online friends are saying, like, right now they have leg pain or they have arthritis, and another online friend said that he has just had a surgery on the knees. So when they are a surgery on the meniscus, so can they walk Energy Bagua? So if it is so the knee, if they have, actually, if it is just the pain from the disease, it's not the pain from the surgery. So maybe the pain, I actually recommend them to walk. But after the surgery, it's a different story. Right after surgery, no. But it depends on what the doctors say, like how many days after the operation you can start moving. Some is like 7 days later, or some like 2 weeks later. And then if you are allowed to move, then you can start walking Energy Bagua. If you're tired, then you can take a break or sit on a bench or chair. And when you're not tired, then you can continue to walk. So it actually facilitates the recovery. So usually is 7 days or 10 days after the surgery that you can start practicing Energy Bagua, because Energy Bagua is a very gentle movement or exercise. If you have just had a surgery, usually this Energy Bagua practice would have very little, impact on the surgery, and even will facilitate the recovery. Another friend said, he said he's paralleled, and so when he is walking Energy Bagua, he would be held by the mother, and still is beneficial. It's already beneficial. So can mom hold me to walk? Yes, because at the beginning it's very inconvenient for you to walk by yourself. So maybe some will have to use crutches. Some would have to be held by your parents or a friend. At the end, you will be free from crutches and do not need anybody to support you because you are already walking very steadily. But at the beginning, these kind of support and protection is necessary. I accept and allow this kind of walking. I remember in Malaysia, there are quite a few times, several times, there are people who walk on the wheelchair. wheelchair. Yeah, they're on a wheelchair. One hand is pushing the wheels, and one hand is having the dragon palm, and so eventually they can get rid of the wheelchair. So if you need to walk with the support of your mother, I think very quickly, very soon you will not need her her holding. And some people, they have like lower back pain or sciatic pain or, the herniated disc. So when they are moving, they feel very painful. Can they also practice Energy Bagua? Yes. Because herniated disc, there's nothing that really helps like medically. From my observation, from the the damage of the spine or the scoliosis, a lot of those people after practicing Energy Bagua, they are naturally aligned and adjusted to health. I just, with my own eyes, I've already seen quite a few of the students who are back to health. So if you have any spine disease or issues, well, today I haven't showed you these students, but actually practicing Energy Bagua helps the spine health dramatically. And another question is, should we always look at the tree? If they, twist the neck, then you might have neck pain. Well, this is a practice. So if you look at the tree is more effective. It doesn't mean that you cannot see anywhere else, but we would suggest you to focus. And so that will help us more dramatically. So if you are walking and listening to news or even to a ghost story, that will still be effective. 100% of the effect, because you are listening to a ghost story, you are having a lot of fear and frightened, and then maybe only half of the benefit. And when you're listening to news, because in the news there are a lot of things that are very nervous, and also it depends on the contents of the news. Sometimes will make you nervous, and so at least 30% of the benefit will disappear. Will be removed. So it's not recommended. And so usually when I practice Energy Bagua, we have the Energy Bagua practice guide. And especially we have the video, so the video can help you to get into the state. So that will be much, much better than watching anything else, and it will be also better than not watching anything. And so if you just go to Grandmaster JinBodhi's YouTube channel, and there's a Energy Bagua playlist, and there are lots of these things. Oh, so another friend maybe has, the uterus is dropping. So can she practice? And somebody has the stomach is dropped, and maybe the lower spine or vertebra is slipped out, or I welcome you to come and practice. You can give it a try. If after 100 days there's no benefit at all, it's impossible. After 100 days, it definitely will improve and definitely will help you to get better. And another online friend, Wei, she said there's a friend who actually has the cerebral hemorrhage, and he cannot walk properly. But after 3 months now, she's much, much better, and she doesn't have that. Yeah. So, Yeah, of course, I believe that. When it's already been over 10 years that we have been teaching the Energy Bagua, there are tons of people who benefited from Energy Bagua. So if someone has dizziness, can they walk? Well, you should practice Energy Bagua. If you have chronic dizziness, there's no magic pills, and some people you don't have dizziness, and when you just walk 3 days, and then maybe you will start to have dizziness, and then you have no dizziness, and then have dizziness after the change for 3 times. Definitely, you will not have any blood pressure issues or dizziness issues. You will be able to balance very, very well. And another friend, Yu Li, said, "Oh, my father has maybe leg issues, maybe very easy to have ulcer." Maybe so. Actually, so Joyce suggests that guess that it could be varicosity. And actually, I welcome you to come and practice. I know that there was a doctor had very serious varicosity, and so this doctor said that they have no other way. They have to do surgery to cut the leg, and then his son, a student of mine who had been helped before, and begged me for help. And so at that time, in addition to my energy healings, I taught him to practice Energy Bagua, and his leg was really has a very serious issue. I didn't. Oh, it's a lady. Well, she showed me her leg. It really frightened me because she was wearing doctor's white clothes. And when she put her leg up, she had, when she uncovered her leg, it was so wet, and it doesn't, like there's all these mucus coming out, and it's yellowish mucus, and so that's why her doctor recommended her to cut the leg, and it was that serious. And she herself was a doctor in a very famous hospital in Qinghai province, but no doctors can help to cure her leg, and she tried every single medicine. Nothing can help, and so she just came to ask me, I was nothing at the time, and so I did energy healing for her, and then I said, well, you can only practice this. And so after a month, her legs now becomes to be dry, no mucus anymore after 3 months. And those scars, sometimes the scars just peel off, and then you can see that the legs are, growing new skins, and you can still see the scars peeling off, and the new pink skin is growing up. And then she feels like I saved her life. And so if your father also has this kind of disease, there's no good medicine. You can give it a try to practice Energy Bagua. I think that it may bring some very good result. So if your family has this problem, you can send me an email or a message. Maybe I'll recommend some other ways to you. There's another friend shared, my mother had 20 years of stomach dropping, she was having that for very serious. It was very serious. But after these years practicing Energy Bagua, she doesn't need to do do the surgery anymore, and she's very, very grateful. So yes, so it's gastroptosis. And some of our other friends are very care about walking around the tree, right? So what kind of tree should we choose? So it depends your environment. You see, our online friends, maybe from all different continents, maybe except Arctic or the southern pole, the northern pole. Yeah. Any other continents have our Bodhi meditation practitioners, so you have different environments. And so if you walk indoors, there may be some sunlight, but very few. So you need to choose the right plant. If it is in the tropical area, or subtropical area, they have evergreen plants. And there are some plants that doesn't need sunlight, that they can just survive with water, without sunshine. But in northern areas, indoors, in the winter, because now we have lots of different, the trade is very developed. Even it's snowing outside, Vancouver, it's cold outside and snowing sometimes. Indoors, we can have a tree. So some people, they choose trees with the prickles. I don't recommend using these. And cactus, because there are also these pricks. You might get hurt by these. And some other trees, their leaves are very sharp, so you need to be careful. If you should avoid those kind of plants and trees that are not prickly. And also, they don't need too much sunshine. If the tree is or the plant is not tall enough, you can put it on a table or a chair. Or So these plants that are put on the table, do you have to use plants that are in the soil, or what about plants in the water? That's okay too. In the past few live feeds we mentioned about for this year, the year of tiger, we mentioned about those bamboos, these green bamboos. They don't need sunshine. Well, with sunshine, they will grow even better. And so they only grow in the water. And if they grow very big, they are like a big bamboo, like trees. It would be better with soil. So it actually, so the trees are actually better. The woody plant are better than those grass or something. Like strawberries. Yeah. So after a year, they would die, like corns or weeds. They are actually yes, the herbage. So wooden plants are better than herbage. So you can buy in these nurseries. Another friend asked, if I have no trees, can I use an iron stick? Oh, well, it's fine, but I'm afraid that the stick will shoot out like a rocket. Well, actually, if you really cannot find any plant or any tree, well, you would still walk Energy Bagua, right? But actually, iron sticks are not as good as wooden sticks. Why we use trees? Because trees have lives. When the tree grows, we grow as the tree grows, and we exchange energy with the trees, and tree becomes a very good media for us to exchange energy with nature and with heaven and earth. The iron stick is radiating something that will not be very healthy for your body. I don't recommend metal things. Yeah. What about copper ones, bronze ones, or aluminum ones? Better use wood ones. And cement is not good. Yeah. Well, I don't recommend you to walk around electric poles, because electric poles, when a lot of people, when they are too close to electric poles, they might be shot by the electricity. And so when you're outside, you need to choose healthy trees, not poisonous trees. Like there was a kind of tree called oleander or rose bay. So if they are poisonous, then don't use it. The trees have not much poison, and if you see that there are ants on the tree, if ants dare not touch the tree, you'd better not get close to the tree either. And some people like artistic, so they don't like straight trees. You like the trees that are winding, but actually straighter trees are actually more beneficial for our health. Whatever you hear and see, it will have an impact on our health. If we see those military officers, when you see them, because they stand very straight, then your back will be straighter too. If you see a lot of hunchbacked seniors, and you might want to hunch your back because you want to mimic them naturally. And so when you're walking around the tree, we'd like the tree to be very strong and straight. This would be better. But away from the electric poles. Yeah, just like the trees in this artwork. Yes, these are tall and very good. In the north, we have the pine trees, and they're evergreen. In winter, they're green. In summer, of course, they're even greener. And also, there will be cypress trees. Yeah, some people cannot distinguish cypress tree or cedar tree. Yeah, but don't choose the tallest tree, because lightning might shock that tree, the tallest tree. Okay, thank you, Grandmaster. So walk outdoors or indoors. So what should the distance between us and the tree? What would be the best distance? So if you walk indoors, it depends on the space of the room. Some people have extremely big living rooms, and maybe they have like 5 meters width, so you can be a little bit further from the tree. The closer you're to the tree, and then the easier for you to get dizzy. So remember that. So the closest distance would be more than 1 meter. So the distance between your eye eyes and the tree. So this can even cause dizziness if it is more than 1.5 meters. If you can walk 20 to 30 minutes, then you can be rest assured that your blood pressure is good and your heart is healthy and you are very strong in your vital energy. So this is like a test of your health. So that's why I said when you are walking and feeling dizzy, some people, they have that dizziness already. That was their illness. But when you are walking Energy Bagua, you get even dizzier. What to do? So it's actually, it is your illness is testing you, and your illness is trying to stop you from the practice. But if you persevere and practice that, eventually you will not get dizzy, and then you will never get dizzy anymore, and then your blood pressure will be controlled, and maybe you are not dizzy anymore, and then if you stop practicing, you think, oh, today I'll just sleep, and then tomorrow, you always say, oh, I'll walk tomorrow. But if you rest for a week, and that monster of your illness would control you again, because that monster always, is controlling you. So you need to break through this control, and you need to persevere so that you can recover completely, thoroughly. And what about walking outdoors, because we have bigger space there? What about the distance between us and the tree? It should be more than 2 meters. So the closest would be 2 meters, or even more than 2 meters. A little further from the tree is better. If it is too close to the tree, it's easier for you to get dizzy. Remember that. And some of our online friends, when they see Master's demonstration, they think that your shoes are very good. What brand is that? Could you tell us what kind of shoes and what attire should we wear? And so first, we don't indicate what specific brand, but mine is bought by my student, and you've seen you've seen this brand before. So the shoes are quite flat. There's no dents, and this shoe is very light. You don't feel heavy. Yeah, so this is just a walking shoe. It's not a hiking shoe because it's not waterproof. And so it's slightly water resistant, and it's not those it's not a hiking shoe. It's not very sturdy, but it's very suitable for walking Energy Bagua in a park or just take a walk. And also it the sole of the shoe is slightly anti-skid, and the sole is also pretty flat. So hopefully the sole will be anti-skid, and it shouldn't be too thin or too soft. Right. So actually 10 years ago, somebody gave me a leather shoe. It was a student who benefited a lot. And he said, so there was they want to sell soft sole shoes, so they recommend the soft sole shoe. It was good intention. It was a leather shoe, but the sole of the shoe is very soft. I feel it's very soft, but I think I wore only for 3 days, and I think that it actually I will never use it anymore. And it actually will hurt your feet when you are walking. Only when the sole has some kind of firmness that it will protect your feet. When it's so soft, it actually for human beings who are used to wear shoes, you don't feel extremely comfortable, and it's not very beneficial unless in Myanmar, for those monks who always wear barefoot, maybe they can get used to it. For people who are used to wear shoes, it's very unsafe and uncomfortable. So this kind of shoe, if you want to go and buy, you can buy basically flat and anti-skid, slightly anti-skid. It's not specifically made Bagua shoe. So we have already watched the video. Grandmaster mentioned if it is the weather is good and if the environment is okay, we can practice Energy Bagua barefoot. So if we're indoors on the floor, should we wear socks to walk or barefoot? Actually, when I go to Southeast Asia, because it's very hot in Southeast Asia, I know people who live in Southeast Asia, a lot of people are barefoot. And it's not wooden floor, but they have those ceramic tires. So when they are barefoot on the tires, they feel very comfortable. If they are barefoot, it's not slippery. But if they wear socks, it would be very slippery. So you definitely need to remember that for people who are at a certain age, quite a number of people who, because it's too slippery, they fell and even lose their lives. So that's a big pity. And some go to the washroom to take a shower in the washroom because the floor, because a lot of people don't know. They make the washroom floor too slippery. Like 20 years ago when they are doing renovations, they put tires on the floor. And when they put tires on the floor, and it's so slippery. Before, it was a little bit anti-skid, and now it becomes too slippery. You really need to replace the tires. Because if you fall, what if you break your tailbone? Nobody can help you. So you'd better replace the tire, use the very anti-skid. And some people, when they're in the bathtub, because they are washing their hair and with the soap, and because the bathtub is already very slippery, maybe accidentally they fall. And when they fall in the bathtub, a lot of times the back of their head would touch the bathtub, and it can have very serious problem. So on very smooth surface, if you do not put water on it, I don't object to walking barefoot, but I do not support you to do that. If you walk Energy Bagua, you should wear socks and shoes. That's the safest. It's just like you walk on the runner. Can you be barefoot? But what if... Yeah, sometimes what if it takes away part of your skin from your sole? So it's better that you wear shoes. It's not like you're too poor. You cannot have a pair of shoes. The shoes sometimes will protect your feet. I need to make this clear. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Grandmaster. And what about the clothes? just maybe pure cotton or comfortable or maybe quick dry, like the quick dry Bagua t-shirt or the pants. So it depends on the area that you live in. Even though Energy Bagua is not very strenuous exercise, but you still will sweat. Well, sweating is a good thing. In Vancouver, I saw over 10 people actually over the years. Before, they never sweat. And even 2 or 3 of them, they say that they never know what sweating means. But after they practice Energy Bagua for a year, and now after they practice, they can sweat and they feel very comfortable and clear. Before, they've never sweat. Think about whether you were normal before. You definitely had problem before. It was very, very unhealthy. So the clothes that we wear needs to breathable, to be breathable. And if you work in a very good office and you don't want the smell to go to the office. So after you practice Energy Bagua at home, you'd better change your clothes because otherwise your clothes might have some smell. So quick dry or breathable, and your pants should be very loose and comfortable. But I don't recommend your pants to be too wide. You know, in Beijing, some people practice martial arts. Do you know if the pants are too big or too wide, what can happen? If you look at the World War II videos, look at the military people, they would tie their pants on the legs so that's very clean. And some people, they have very good martial arts skills, but then they step on their pants. So in the when they are fighting in the battle, and then they will tie their pants. So yeah, so I know that some people, some girls have those tights. I think you can have some, you know, those very flexible tights. If you wear very, very loose and big pants, it's actually unsafe. So on Cibei Yin, all the Energy Bagua clothes will be on sale. So yeah, we have the Energy Bagua hoodie and other outfits. Yeah, so maybe you can prepare for your practicing. And what about our daily routine and our diet? Okay, so if you want to learn Energy Bagua because of your need, right? So you need health, you want longevity, you need recovery, you need, you know, to boost your immune system, to prevent the pandemic, to prevent COVID. And so a lot of people don't know what kind of food to eat. So through practice Energy Bagua, if you can also have a very good diet, then you can quickly have health. So I will talk a little bit more. So first, you shouldn't eat too greasy food. Health and longevity. Health and longevity. You know, this longevity in Chinese pronounced shou. Yeah. So there's another word pronounced as shou, which is very slim or fit. So if you want to live long, you'd better be slimmer and thinner. I mean, yeah, if we have more fat, maybe looks good, and when you touch, it's good, but the fat might have negative influence on the cardiovascular system. Maybe, yeah, you might think about stroke too. It can all be caused by obesity. And so I hope your figure can be like Grandmaster Ren. He's actually taller than me, but thinner than me. And when he was 80 years old, he can pick like 50 kilograms and doesn't feel, it was like a piece of cake for him. And he was a middle school, a high school teacher. He was very strong, but you cannot see that he was that strong. He looked very, graceful. And when he was very old, he has wrinkles, but he was full of energy, and he was very fit and thin. So I think if you start practicing Energy Bagua now, the requirement, so you need to eat food that are not greasy, and also just eat half full, not completely full, and less oil, less meat, less eggs. Any eggs, not just chicken eggs or quail and don't always be intimacy. Those people who are always, indulge in love, they won't be too healthy. And don't eat too much deep fried or barbecued or baked or fried food. In North America, they have the stove, and then under the stove, it's the oven. So whether it's in the oven or barbecue, try not to eat them or eat very little. Yes, if you're very sensitive, especially the barbecue ones are very harmful to our intestines. And then, if you have the heat in the intestines, immediately you will have the colored spots on your face. And so the internal health would create external beauty. So if you also, I hope in your everyday diet, there will be something sour, like the pickled vegetables, like also the pickled beans and pickled or dried radish or pickled turnips or fermented tofu. And the Korean kimchi, and also the tempeh and also miso, and these has natural enzymes. So I hope that you will have some of these in everyday diet. So if you want to save money, you can buy it in the stores, of course, but you can also make them to save money. In a lot of provinces, that they have the tradition to make pickled vegetables. In Hebei province, when they preserve vegetables, cabbages, it's too salty. In northeast China, they have those pickled vegetables. And Sichuan province, they have very good pickled vegetables. And Guizhou and Yunnan have very good pickled vegetables. They don't have to preserve for very long, maybe only after 4 or 5 days, and it's already very effective. A few days ago, we made some pickled beans, the long beans. And so when I'm having breakfast, and then I'll cut the beans and eat those pickled beans with my porridge. Because in the morning, you don't have time to cook vegetables. You just use those pickled beans, and with the porridge, then you already had the taste and also had the salt, and it helps the digestion. So if our body can help to digest and absorb, and then all the waste can be discharged and secreted. We definitely need some of these sour, and the Korean kimchis are exceptionally good. Korean people, they are very fit. You see, I have to buy like extra large because Korean people are all very, very thin and very fit. They also eat meat, but when they eat meat, they would have the kimchi and also the kimchi soup. And so the kimchi soup is just like a fountain. It actually cools down the energy, but it won't hurt the body. So I actually strongly recommend kimchi, and especially don't throw away the kimchi sauce. For those specialists, these kimchi sauce are actually the natural enzyme. Oh, if you threw the kimchi sauce away, it's what a pity. It's a big waste. If you drink a small cup or half a cup of kimchi sauce, you might lose 50 pounds a day. Just joking. What about yogurt? Yes, yogurt is also sour. Yes. It's because yogurt also has enzymes, and it also, but yogurt add the energy of the milk, so it won't reduce weight. So yogurt, I suggest you go to the store to buy the small cups of yogurt, especially to buy the original ones. And the yeast also, well, or the starters to make steam buns. But some people like to use baking soda. It actually, for people with allergies, it's not very good. So it's not good for our health. So the traditional way is to leave the dal, a piece of the dal from the previous time, and then next time mix it with the next dal, and then it will be very helpful. Yeah. So for these enzymes, you can use fermented tofu and these kind of things. It's very helpful. And tempeh, or the fermented soybeans. And also food that helps our digestion and excretion. So the first is plum. So in ancient China, they have these dried plums and plum jams, and so people who know how to eat them, they usually, when they are preserving vegetables, they will put some plums. So it helps to cool down the energy and helps the excretion, because plum has cooling down energy. Don't eat too much. If one day, if you eat a whole bag of dried plum, it's very poisonous. If you eat a whole month of plum, then you will, it's too cold. Then you won't have a baby if you eat a whole month of plum. So it needs to adjust your need. So if you need heat, or if you need cool down energy, and so you can put plum in the preserved vegetable. And also there's preserved plums. So when you are stirring fry some vegetables, or then you can put some preserved plums. And some fruits, melons, especially all the fruits that are grown in the summer have cooled down energy. Longan and lychee, and unless these ones has hot, like heating up energy, all the other melons and other fruits from the summer has cool down energy, like plums and pears and palmy melon, and all those melons have cool down energy, except pumpkins. Pumpkin is kind of warm. Watermelon is cooling down, but if you eat watermelon every day, it will heat up. So it's like when two negatives are together, it becomes positive. And so you think that it is cooling down, but if you eat it every day, it becomes heating up. So, manage the quantity. So when you eat fruits, it's better for you to bite and chew the fruit. That's the most healthy process. It's not never drink juice, but less juice, the better. And when you drink juice, you'd better also have some vegetables that you need and other food. So when you are drinking fruit juice, maybe you can have some 西米. Maybe tapioca pudding or yams. When it's cooked, it helps. Raw yams actually cures and kills all the bacteria in the intestines and helps greatly the excretion. And also have some aloe, but you cannot eat too much. If you eat too many raw food, you might have too many bacteria. Some Korean people, they eat too many raw food, so they have a lot of, so then there are lots of germs or lots of bacteria inside. When you eat vegetables, better you cook them, but you cannot cook the fruit, so you need to wash that very clean, and you need to make sure it's very clean. And even if you process the fruit, you need to wash the processor very clean. And so if you want to live long, you also need to have a very long figure, like a very fit and thin. Some people, when they get overweight, it's because they have constipation. So there's a very ancient prescription is before every meal, drink a cup of water. Even a pig will become a monkey. So 20 minutes before every meal, drink a cup of water. It can be lukewarm water. In the summer, you can just have like room temperature water. You don't put ice in it. So 20 minutes before a meal, drink a cup of water. It helps your intestines to moistured and lubricated, and so the food will be easy to digest and excreted, and so it helps all of these. Getting overweight, a lot of times it's because you eat more than you excrete, so you actually absorb a lot of the toxins, and it causes unhealthy body. So when you eat in, you also need to facilitate the excretion. So a cup of water before meals are very important. And if you put a tiny bit of salt, it would be even more effective. If you add a little bit of fruit juice, it will be exceptionally good because the fruit juice water helps. Fruit juice has the cold energy and also is sweet, so it actually helps the fermentation. So we want to live long, we want to get thin and fit. So I've told you so many tricks and so many tips. So if you want to live long, don't be too indulged into, money and lust and fame. And then you will be too worried and too frustrated and about those. So let go all those, greed. And so we will be in a very peaceful and calm state, and through the practice and healthy diet that will truly help our health. Well, it's already 2 hours and a half, so we'll just talk that much. Next time, it will be tomorrow. So in Vancouver, it's Saturday, February the 19th at 6 p.m. And in Asia, it would be Sunday, February the 20th at 10 a.m. We will continue to learn Energy Bagua. So it's the same time tomorrow. We will continue to learn from Grandmaster. All right. Wish you all health and longevity. And you also are very fit. And you all receive health and happiness. Your whole family will be happy. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Grandmaster.
小小的红点里，人生就此欢喜。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了。在茫茫人海之中，让我与你相遇。小小的红点里，人生变得神奇。我智慧了，我宽容了，我慈悲了，我自在了。因为有了你，生命变得更坚定，不忧忧无虑。因为有了你，日子不再有哭泣，不再有恐惧。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了。变得神奇，我智慧了。